Pokemon stuff is everywhere. Every company wants to cash in on one of the most popular franchises in gaming and entertainment. I mean, who doesn't want the Narita Airport flight attendant Pikachu? Actually, I want it more than life. It's understandable though. If you're a Pokemon fan like me, you will go crazy for anything Pokemon related. The games just aren't enough. And it's not always just a phase either. I'm not too different from how I was when I was a kid. I still want Pokemon everything. I need more Pokemon stuff. I need more Pokemon stuff. I need more Pokemon stuff. However, there's still some Pokemon merch that doesn't really retain its enjoyability as you get older. And Get Well Pikachu, a Pokemon children's book, is one of them. And I'm sure that I loved it when I was 5, but it's really funny to read through it again now that I'm a mature adolescent. I actually have quite a bit of Pokemon children's books that I got at the Scholastic book fairs at my elementary school. And they're basically just episodes of the anime condensed into easy readers. Like, the one we're going to be looking at today was based off of the pilot episode of the Pokemon Advance series, titled Get the Show on the Road. I'm not sure why they changed the title, but I guess they had to simplify that too. Kids are weird. Anyway, let's look through it, shall we? Gosh, I always love it when the cover of a book lets you know right off the bat what the story is going to be about. JK. But don't judge a book by its cover, kids. I don't want to teach any bad lessons. I'm a good role model. Now the inside cover is much better. Now I can make the educated guess that Pikachu is constipated. Get well, Pikachu. Alright, let's start reading this bad boy. Ash and Pikachu were on their way to a new land. But something was wrong with the little yellow Pokemon. Believe it or not, that's the only exposition you get for this entire story. And you don't even get to find out what the new land is unless you're familiar with the anime episode. It's Hoenn, by the way. When their ship landed, Ash ran to a video phone. Pokemon has been so ahead of its time, I've been FaceTiming since 1996. He called Professor Birch, a friend of Professor Oak's. Professor Birch's assistant answered. "Your Pikachu looks terrible," he said. "Professor Birch will be right there." Whew, they love to bring it hard and fast with the drama in this book. Either that's the glare on the glasses, or that man is crying real tears about a Pikachu he doesn't even know. I like to think it's the latter. Minutes later, Professor Birch came speeding up in his car. "You must be Ash," he said. "Hop in. We need to get Pikachu to my lab right away." Look, I'm not the best artist, so I'm gonna try not to be too overly critical about the illustrations in this book. Most of which are just screenshots from the anime. But just look. This is an emergency circumstance, and Professor Birch is just like, "Hi, how are ya?" "Is Pikachu going to be okay?" Ash asked. "I don't know," Professor Birch said. "Pikachu has too much electricity, and it can't get rid of it. That can happen to electric Pokemon." Wow, so my educated guess earlier was right. Pikachu is constipated in his own special way. Soon they reached the professor's lab. Professor Birch dropped Pikachu into a strange machine. "This will get rid of Pikachu's trapped electricity," he said. But Pikachu still had too much electricity. Boom! The machine exploded. It blasted a hole in the wall. Pikachu felt sick and confused. It ran out of the lab. "You don't understand me, Dad!" "Pikachu!" Ash yelled. "Come back!" Then Ash ran after his Pokemon. Professor Birch caught up to Ash. They decided to split up and look for Pikachu. You know, something bad is gonna happen. This is like every horror movie ever. Now remember, son, whatever you do, don't go into the woods alone. Legend has it spirits possess little boys like you. Do you understand me? "Yeah, Dad, go into the woods alone." "But be careful," Professor Birch said. "Pikachu has way too much electricity. Pikachu could explode." So that's just it? Pikachu could just explode? Now we have some real stakes. Professor Birch ran as fast as he could. Then he tripped. He fell down a hill. Same. Thump. Let me just say, this story's onomatopoeias are on point, on fleek. He landed right on top of a Poochyena. Professor Birch, your clumsiness is a danger to yourself and others. Like, geez, one time I almost stepped on my cat and I cried because she like ran away from me and she wouldn't come back for the entire day. It was like, come back, I just want to love you. Sorry, said Professor Birch. I did not mean to drop in on you like that. You know, that line sounds like it belongs in a BuzzFeed article. 39 inappropriate things to say when you fall on a living being that doesn't understand human language. Number 23 is so true. But the Pokemon did not understand the professor's joke. Well, I mean, yeah. It growled and snarled. Then more Poochyena came. Professor Birch climbed up a tree. Don't be angry, Poochyena, he said. And then he saw a girl on top of the hill. May, he called. Help me. I'm sorry, but aren't you the Pokemon expert? And you're asking the help of some random girl? And remember, we had no exposition in this story, so how are we supposed to know that May is an important character? Unless you're familiar with the games or anime. And which you probably are. Why else would you be reading in this book? But I'm here to be overly critical and make jokes and funnies and stuff, and sometimes you'll laugh. But anyway, stranger danger, am I right? Professor Birch had dropped his bag on the grass. Take a Pokeball from my bag and throw it, he told May. But I've never thrown a Pokeball before, May said. Again, this is not the right expression for the circumstance. May threw the Pokeball and out came a Mudkip. I heard you like Mudkips. I'm sorry, the memes are getting to me. Mudkip, use water gun, May yelled. The water Pokemon let loose a water gun attack. Right in May's face. Crack! Professor Birch fell from the tree. He had to do something fast. Mudkip, he yelled. Mudkip raced down the hill. Use water gun on the Poochyena. Mudkip squirted the Poochyena. All the Poochyena ran away. Like, I'm sorry. I know you all come here for mature humor, but Mudkip squirted the Poochyena. It just sounds wrong. And they all ran away afterwards, those bitches. Anyway, I don't think I need to elaborate on the joke, so let's just move on, shall we? Nearby, Ash found Pikachu. Don't move, Pikachu, Ash said. But Pikachu was so sick, we did not know who Ash was. Zap. Pikachu gave Ash a shock. Professor Birch and May ran up to Ash and Pikachu. Ash, get away from Pikachu, the professor said. Pikachu could explode. Again with the exploding Pikachu? That is really not an image I want in my imagination. And just check out Demon Pikachu over here. Pikachu wiggled out of Ash's arms. It ran away and fell off a cliff. That escalated quickly. No, Ash yelled. He dove after his friend. Darling, I still catch a grenade for you, but you won't do the same. Ash grabbed Pikachu in one hand. He grabbed onto a tree branch with his other hand. Hang on, Ash told Pikachu. Professor Birch and May threw down a rope. Ash tried to climb, but Pikachu could not control his electricity. Saw that one coming. Zap, zap, zap. Pikachu shocked Ash again and again. But Ash did not give up. He carried Pikachu to the top of the cliff. We should get Pikachu back to the lab, said Professor Birch. Professor Birch, I must say that, true to your position, you are a major intellectual force in this story. Congrats. But then Ash heard a voice. Prepare for trouble, said the voice. Yes, you know, it wouldn't be a book ripped off of the anime if Team Rocket wasn't in it. It's Team Rocket, Ash cried. Yeah. Jesse, James, and Meowth were trying to steal Pokemon again, but they do it every episode. This time, they rode in a giant red robot. This robot will beat that pesky Pikachu at its own game, Meowth bragged. I'm sorry, I can't do Meowth's accent, so we're just gonna have to pretend. The robot hand came down and grabbed Pikachu. Pika! Pikachu tried to shock the robot. Haha, said Meowth. Pikachu can't hurt this robot. It will absorb all of Pikachu's electricity. Well, that's what we needed in the first place. Pika! Pikachu did not give up. Lots and lots of electricity came out of Pikachu. The robot could not absorb it all. Boom! The robot exploded. We are blasting off again, Team Rocket cried. And Jessie just looks so happy to be blasting off again. Ash and his new friends rushed Pikachu back to the lab. Pikachu will be fine after a good night's sleep, said Professor Birch. Ash stayed with Pikachu all night. Baby, all through the night I'll make. In the morning, Pikachu sat up and smiled. Hooray, Ash cried. Pikachu is all better. Boy, I sure love a happy ending. Outside, Ash and Pikachu saw May. She had a little Pokemon with her. This is Torchic, a fire Pokemon. Torchic is my first Pokemon ever! Pikachu and Torchic started to run and play. Ash smiled. I am happy that you are better, Pikachu, Ash said. And I am also happy that we made some new friends. Pika, Pika, Pikachu agreed. And that's the end of Get Well Pikachu. There's some, like, other things in the back. Like, who's that Pokemon, and if you don't own the game, you could battle, I guess, on paper or something, like with your bro, when you're waiting and stop the presses. There are Pokemon jokes. I repeat, Pokemon jokes. I didn't even need to write a script for this episode. Material was just handed to me. Who needs comedic talent when you have Pokemon jokes? Well, that's it for today, guys. If you like me reading Pokemon children's books, I have like 7 of them, so I guess I could read another one. A lot of them are really funny. I really need to stop. Yeah, like this video, comment, or subscribe. Bye, potato.